Welcome back to another episode of Vass Reacts. We got Cole, McGarth, McGrath versus Alec Mercer, Infamous versus Prototype, the death battle. Now, in my last death battle, I just said, um, I got Alex from Prototype. I love Prototype, especially Prototype 2. I played a little bit of Infamous here and there. I played more of the second Son than I played of the first and second Infamous. And also the one that's called the first light or last light, some shit like that. I prefer second Son. Um, but I love Prototype 2. Prototype 2 is my shit. I hope they can like remake that or remaster that or give it like we get another Prototype game somehow. But you know, y'all know how this goes. Y'all been with me for a minute. I get my pick before and after the stats and before the fight. But I'm gonna pick Alex. I'm confident that Alex is gonna win this whole fight.
This battle is sponsored by HelloFresh
and Shady Rays.
Let's hope my computer holds up, because I don't feel like grabbing my plug.
Cole McGrath, the patron saint of Infamous.
Alex Mercer, the Blacklight Virus prototype from Prototype. That's right, champions. You voted for it, so we're finally doing it. Long after these characters were ever relevant. Oh, hey, look what I found in the trash. An old script we wrote for this very matchup way back in 2013.
Wait, we haven't emptied our trash in 10 years?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. With great power comes great responsibility. Tobey Maguire's not the only superhero who's had to learn that lesson.
Cole McGrath was just your average delivery boy in Empire City until one day he opened a package that exploded in his face.
This was the Ray Sphere, a device that, upon erupting, destroyed much of the city and tore through Cole at the atomic level,
killing him instantly. Nah, actually, he scooped up some superpowers. Cool, zippity-zappity superpowers.
More specifically, Cole became a conduit, one of many beings who were granted supernatural abilities from the Ray Sphere explosion.
Which also turned Empire City into a...
Believe it or not, I don't want to say it, but why can't something here like that happen? We just get something just dropped from the sky, then it's like, oh, we get powers, then it's like versus evil. I feel like the Earth would be a mess. It's already a mess in other fictional worlds, so I feel like the real life Earth will be a fucking mess if this was to happen.
godforsaken hellscape. This world needed a hero, or at least an anti-hero willing to clean up the mess he sorta technically made.
Cole put his powers to the test, battling rogue superpowered conduits, including the mastermind behind the blast, Kessler.
Let's be real, none of Cole's powers are as sick nasty as his parkour skills, but his ability to manipulate electricity
I
is
love
pretty
games that
sweet
got
too.
parkour.
Cole controls electromagnetic
Mirror Edge, Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, and this.
energy. Not only can he generate a smorgasbord of powerful lightning attacks, he can
Nathan
also
Drake?
manipulate
What
thermal,
video is
kinetic,
that?
and gravitational energies. Electromagnetism is pretty broad after all. This includes his radar
I gotta
pulse, which
go back
detects the
and play Infamous.
bioelectricity inside organisms even if they're hidden or transformed.
And for good measure, he got to add some ice powers to his kit. He can throw ice grenades, shoot ice spikes, and let out some epic ice farts.
He can levitate like Electric Iron Man, grind on rails like Shadow the Hedgehog, read your mind like Goku's muffin button, charge up with extra karmic energy, also like Shadow the Hedgehog, and generate force fields like
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But these aren't just force fields. They literally convert any matter they touch into energy that Cole absorbs. That's insane.
How's that?
Are you familiar with a little equation called E equals MC
Here
squared?
go fucking
No.
science in
Oh,
there.
well, it defines the mathematical relationship between matter and energy. Essentially, how much energy any given mass contains.
No one cares.
The largest mass object Cole absorbs is a 343-gram helicopter chain gun round.
Perfectly converting matter to energy is technically impossible, but hey, this is a video game. The mass contained in that bullet, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, would release an energy equivalent to over 7 megatons of TNT. This means Cole's energy output is basically fueled by a nuclear reactor.
Oh, so he's like a living super bomb, always ready to go off. Sounds like my first ex-wife.
Should he somehow run low on energy, he can drain it from nearby appliances to recharge. He's even learned to drain the bioelectricity from people, like this. Yikes.
Cole can
That's
focus
crazy.
his electricity through his amp, a giant tuning fork which lets him ring around the Rosie to death. Or he can just make lightsabers out of his hands. That's cool too. And because he follows Pokemon rules, Cole's extra resistant to electric attacks.
With these powers, Cole chewed through Kessler's forces, including Sasha, whose black tar powers could infect and control minds.
And he eventually faced down that son of a bitch himself and pwned his ass, despite Kessler having his exact same powers. Coincidence?
Turns out the architect of Cole's misery was himself from an alternate future timeline, manipulating events from the shadows to ensure this version of Cole became a better hero than Kessler ever was.
Yeah, you see, Cole's superpowers are molded through his actions, increasing in power and utility based on how good or evil he acts. Naturally, as a good person, Cole shaped his powers to be more focused to target the bad guys.
That's pussy shit! Evil Cole is way more awesome sus! He blows everything up! Collateral damage? Who cares? He can control fire!
Ready to bring your brand into the real world? Shopify is ready for that too. With a retail point of
He can control fire!
Well, that just happened. Who wrote this shit?
The
Y'all.
point is,
Y'all threw it away 10 years ago.
Kessler's whole plan was meant to prevent the apocalypse, which would appear in the form of the Beast, a conduit of unimaginable power.
Cole is strong enough to create massive thunderstorms, fast enough to route electricity moving at 90% the speed of light, and
Damn.
maybe thanks to Kessler, tough enough to take on the Beast.
Which possessed the power of the ray sphere itself. It could regenerate at an atomic level and eradicate all of Empire City in a single attack. Fortunately, after a grueling battle, Cole defeated the Beast once and for all.
Though ultimately, it wasn't Cole's power that made him a hero.
In order to stop a plague created by the ray sphere, Cole sacrificed his life, eradicating the conduit genes and saving all of humanity.
Sure, he also killed thousands of conduits in the process, but hey, what's a few corpses when building a better
Eye for
tomorrow?
eye,
This trolley
tooth
stops
for
for
tooth.
no one.
Cole was remembered as a saint by the people of New Marais, as a hero by the friends he left behind, and an inspiration to future generations. A true
Second
testament
Son,
to the
Blood Again.
responsibility of power.
I ain't finished it, but I do love it. So, I haven't played Infamous and Infamous 2. So, after you finish the story, you can't, like, go back and free roam. I haven't finished Second Son either.
Everybody's got an Uncle Ben to tell him that.
Alex Mercer woke up in hell. Manhattan Island was gripped by the horrific black light virus.
So, pretty much New York is hell. They always trash in New York in every fictional world.
Transforming its citizens into terrifying
I would hate to live there.
monsters.
Imagine how I
Alex
look
had no
now.
memories. He was a man
real
without
world.
a past, and maybe no future. But he did have one thing.
The black light virus can rewrite your cells all the way down to your DNA. And
Damn.
somehow it granted Alex incredible superhuman abilities. He can infect anyone he touches with this virus, altering their biology at the molecular level in seconds, and giving him complete control over their actions.
So Alex pushed on, desperate to avenge himself and the city by finding whatever monster unleashed this nightmare and eat them. Yeah, he can consume people to give himself a power boost.
Bro,
He's
we
like
need a
Kirby
movie.
if Kirby listened to Linkin Park.
A prototype movie.
This extra biomass gives him superhuman strength, a greater metabolic rate, increased reaction times, and even a regenerative healing factor. Essentially, Alex is an ever-evolving super being, the ultimate being.
Oh, like Shadow the Hedgehog.
By consuming victims, Alex also
So that both Shadows and Hedgehog.
receives all their memories and experiences, including Peter Randall, a 69-year-old man whose entire history Alex processed in just 11 seconds. Being able to condense that much information into that time frame means Alex can perceive events happening within 5 nanoseconds.
Which is about how long I was married to my second ex-wife.
Alex can shapeshift his
You're
body
terrible
at
at
will,
relationship.
creating disguises, increasing his muscle mass, and forming nearly unbreakable armor. And when he wants to kill someone, he can become his own weapon, turning his limbs into claws and blades, or generating countless tendrils that give him unmatched control over his environment.
With these goopy powers, he came up with a bunch of Street Fighter moves, like the air dash, the cannonball, the bullet dive drop, and the hunter dirt nap. Pretty sure that was my third ex-wife's boyfriend's stripper name.
And after
he needs relationship advice and counseling.
Assuming enough people, Alex reaches critical mass and can unleash his evil slop in powerful ultimate attacks.
Like the Tendril Barrage Devastator.
Yeah,
God, beautiful.
Despite being seen as the world's most wanted terrorist, fair, Alex used his powers to stop the spread of the virus and end the city's nuclear devastation.
It was then he learned the truth. He wasn't Alex Mercer at all.
He was the Blacklight virus itself, which absorbed the memories and likeness of the real Alex Mercer, who
AKA
was
the
not only
prototype.
dead, but actually responsible for all of this in the first place. To decipher this, I recreated the Blacklight virus myself, the most dangerous...
Why is it empty?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
So the man Alex was hunting the whole time was himself. Dun dun dun.
That's right, Boomstick. Turns out Dr. Alex Mercer helped create the Blacklight virus, and when things didn't work out and he was about to die, he recklessly unleashed it upon the city.
What a petty SOB. What he didn't know was that the virus would merge with his sentience and memories and become a new Alex. How? Why? Don't question it, it's a nothing burger.
But is this massive viral material that calls itself Alex actually human in any meaningful way?
The poor bastard sure tried to be. Too bad humans can be dicks, and everyone kept betraying
It's a
him.
comic?
Even the
What the
so-called love of his life, who shot
Dang.
him in the face. Whoa! So Alex figured, obviously, humanity had to go.
Not just go, but
Yeah, I
be
don't blame
made better. Whatever goodness remaining
I don't blame you. Your wife shot you in your face. At this point, outside with you.
with this,
That's kinda
Alex was
fucked.
left behind as he plotted to unleash a second Blacklight virus, recreating humanity into a super species in his own image. Great power became great terror.
Classic anime RPG villain stuff. And he was strong enough to do it. Alex can casually tear buildings apart, dodge supersonic tank shells, and even defeated the Supreme Hunter, who was tough enough to survive a nuclear blast that would have leveled Manhattan.
Based on the blast radius given in-game, that's 450 kilotons of TNT.
Speaking of nukes, Alex survived one. His healing factor is off the chain. And after being blasted into paste, all he needed was the tiniest bit of himself to come back good as new.
His healing occurs at the cellular level, making him virtually impossible to kill so long as he keeps consuming.
But attempting to take over the world and kill millions of people pissed off a certain James Heller, a dude who had just had enough of his fucking weird, fucking rambling shit.
Who used the same virus powers to consume Alex once and for all.
Live by the Kirby symbiote, die by the Kirby symbiote. But was Alex just a virus after all? I mean, what's more human than the urge to conquer the world, drive its species to the slaughter, consume its raw genetic resources, and crown yourself king? Maybe the day Alex Mercer died was the day he truly became human.
Wow, that was intense.
That was fucking deep.
Fuck yeah, it was.
So, we got the stats knocked out. Yeah, like I said, Alex all the way. Even the stats kind of relate the message for me. Alex all the way. Nothing against Cole personally, but Alex just sound like the better combatant. If Cole win, I might be sick look dick look, but Alex is kind of the better combatant at this moment. So let's get right into it. Fuck it.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Come on, right? PS2 ass grass. That's why they throw it away. PS3. I'm bad.
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one sick freak.
I'm out of music took me off guard. I'm worried about the fight. man is a living virus. You're not killing a living virus.
What a nightmare. You don't know the half of it.
That is move from PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, the ultimate.
So much power, and yet you waste it on these vermin. You and I can change this world for the better.
Okay,
The only vermin I see here is you. You don't want to give me your power. Fine, I'll just take it. Good idea. This world sure isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
now I know where that script was in the trash. I had to hear someone say awesome sauce.
Both opponents were incredibly versatile and deadly,
Wow.
and both can match each other's powers blow for blow.
They can
am-
each create weapons, amplify their
okay,
strength, and fight
hey.
at range.
But could
I ain't complaining. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. For real.
Cole survive Alex's infection?
After when he was like, man, you can take over this planet. Something clicked in my head. Like Alex.
Well, Alex would usually need
Alex-
to weaken an opponent to get that trick to work. Even then, the Ray Sphere incident that created Cole's powers in the first place ripped apart everyone else down to the atomic level. And
Yeah,
the
as
Beast's
soon as he
attacks
said
were
that, I
capable
was like,
of the
Alex-
same thing. Considering the Blacklight virus only works down to molecular DNA, it's reasonable to say Cole would be able to resist it.
Sure, Alex could have potentially consumed Cole's biomass to give himself an edge, but Cole could just do the same thing to Alex, absorbing his bioelectricity to power himself back up.
But nothing could challenge the gap in power.
spark,
Everything
better
Alex
rage,
survived
better
could
with the
simply
black
not
light
match
virus,
Cole's force
great
fields,
awesome
and especially
power,
not the power of the
Alex died.
Beast. The blast the Beast created actually had a much wider radius than the one the Supreme Hunter could survive. To compete with these foes, this means Cole was simply far more powerful than Alex.
Speaking of the Beast, Cole's ability to disintegrate it at the atomic level meant that even Alex's crazy molecular regeneration couldn't stand up to Cole's might.
Just like how Cole could overpower Kessler despite his resistance to electricity, or how he resisted Sasha's mind control powers, which were eerily similar to the Blacklight virus.
But I bet you're wondering, what if Alex fought evil Cole instead? Well, it'd be even worse, because that Cole took the Beast's power for himself. That's good night for Angry Virus Boy.
Alex was a versatile, deadly
He's
opponent,
trying to
but
rip
Cole's
his script.
counters, speed, and raw power gave him the edge.
Alex got the Cole shoulder, just like this stupid script.
The winner is Cole McGrath.
I ain't mad.
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a
I
Death
ain't
Battle
mad.
member?
It was actually a short battle. Normally these battles like 25 minutes. It was 18 minutes.
We've got a ballot going on right now where members get to choose a matchup for the next season. So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Next time, who's fighting? Frieza? Megatron? Big M versus Frieza? This is slaughter. Frieza. That's a fucking slaughter. All love go to Big M. Come on. A planet buster versus a robot? A alien robot? I don't know. I mean, it's death battle. But it's Frieza. Frieza gonna... I don't know. Because Big M did get some hacks and shit throughout the whole Transformer franchise. And Frieza did get a black form. And he can't say the N-word. So, we don't know. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. leaning towards Frieza, but I got love for Big M. Um, yeah, this was Death Battle. I wasn't like too surprised of how it was gonna turn out. I had a feeling the middle of the fight, Alex was gonna lose. Give it up to Cole. Yeah, I see why they threw this script in the fucking trash. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time.